Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to another Miracle Monday. I am Latricia Penny of Root of the Matter. Today's topic is going to be the fear of love. So, in my work, I notice a lot of people coming in talking about the fear of getting into relationships so they avoid them. And if you're having fear that things are not going to work out right, or fear that you're going to get hurt, or fear that all of your relationships in the past have not been well, so why trust that this one is going to be better? If you have the fear, then it's kind of defeating the whole purpose of having that desire of wanting to be in a relationship, because you can't fear something that you're desiring, to have in your life. It kind of, well, you can, and a lot of people do, but it's not beneficial. So the thing is, and what I tend to tell people is, like, at the end of the day, no one can guarantee what will and won't happen in someone's life. And usually, when we're hurt by a person in a relationship, it's due to it being a trigger of something greater, maybe that doesn't have anything to do with them. And if you can actually look at that as an opportunity for healing, as opposed to, oh my gosh, I'm so hurt or brokenhearted, then that will be beneficial in you moving forward and forging a bond, because no relationship is not going to be without some ups or downs or some feelings of discomfort. But it's going to be really about, how are you going to view these feelings of discomfort? Are you going to embrace them and look at them as an opportunity to grow, or are you going to just kind of go back in the same space of, oh, I knew I should have did this because this doesn't work out, and I knew this was going to happen, and men or women, I ain't nothing, and all that whole kind of thing. So it's more about you being open and having faith that everything will finally work out. And what are you bringing to the table? What kind of person are you going to be attracting because of who you are? And so if you're running into the same thing, that's usually because your mindset is the same and nothing in you has changed. So we have opportunities where people come into our lives to kind of show us things. And if you notice that the same thing is still going on, then usually that's some self work, or it could be an opportunity for you to see where you are. So if something shows up and it's something from, that is a theme in your life, and you no longer desire the theme, you're at will and free choice to make a decision about what you're going to do. So you can make a choice to stay in it and keep doing the whole cycle thing, or you can make a choice to say, hey, I actually got this lesson. I'm ready to move on to the next venture in my life. And all the while being open to love, but just kind of being more clear about it and having faith that it will occur, as opposed to going in with a negative mindset, thinking that, oh, I'm so scared I'm going to get hurt that I'm going to sabotage my relationships. Or at the first sign of discomfort, you're making the assumption that everything is just like everybody else, as opposed to maybe that's an area in you that needs to be healed. And if the person is offering you that opportunity in a safe space, not in a demeaning space, but in a safe space of knowing, wow, I'm willing to change and I can understand how this triggers you, or having the conversation, or whatever it may be. But really moving out of the fear part and going more into the faith. Because if you're saying that you're desiring something and you believe that God is a God that answers our prayers, then something within you is kind of off if you still are in fear about things. There's some place that you're probably needing to work through. And I'm not knocking it, because I wear the t-shirt of a whole lot of stuff. So not tripping on it at all, but just being able to notice when those things show up in your life. So instead of being in fear of love, it's more about being more love and embracing more love and being open for more love in your life. Because if you're in fear of getting hurt, you'll never go and take the chance of having whatever you're saying that you're desiring for your ideal relationship in your life. So just wanted to throw that out there, something to think about for the week, knowing that everyone has a fantastic week, inviting more love, more joy, more peace into your lives, and, hoping that everybody's living a life that they desire, but being open to that growth that sometimes is uncomfortable, and the letting go of the fear so that you can be in faith, and that knowing that there's not been anything that you've not been able to handle. We tend to look at, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get hurt, like you haven't been hurt before, and like you didn't pick up and like get yourself together and move the hell on. So there's nothing that's going to knock you out unless you allow it to knock you out. There's some things that may be uncomfortable, but you are always at choice. And so choosing love that may be uncomfortable at times, but the benefit is so much greater once you have the experience, as opposed to being in fear and not allowing, or whenever something gets you out your comfort zone, that you're shutting it down. So just wanted to put that out as a tidbit. It's one of those things that's, kind of in the air that I hear often. And I just wanted to speak on it and kind of be mindful of myself as well, because we all have a story about how we choose to interact with people and what will allow, or how open we are. But just wanting to move out of the fear of love and more embracing the love of you, who you are, because the more you tap into your own personal love, the easier it is for you to attract that which you desire. So peace and blessings, everyone. Latricia Penny, Root of the Matter. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, Root of the Matter. So knowing you have a fantastic week. Peace.